American cupcake. American cupcake is having fun. Just watch your cupcake run. Driving coast to coast. He's the man with the most. He's got no time to boast. His truck is Naomi, the big white whale. She's the one rod that will never fail. Across the country they won't sail. He's American cupcake. American cupcake. He's having fun. Just watch your cupcake run. He's American cupcake. You know what else makes him great? He's been to all the lower 48 states. He's seen all 5 of the Great Lakes. He leaves all the others in his wake. This name's Cupcake, for God's sake. So you know damn sure he's not fake. Because he's American Cupcake. American Cupcake. He's having fun, just watch your cupcake run. He's American Cupcake.
Hello, everybody. Hold on a second here. All right. What is happening, everybody? Good afternoon. I am Leighton Gay. I thought I was going to start this at 1:30. Apparently, it was 1:15. But nonetheless, I'm here. And it is going to be a fantastic episode of Where in the States is American Cupcake. Let me tell you, oh no. There we go. So, how is everybody doing? I'm going to have a picture of it here, or do I got to do, fuck it. All right. Well, anyway, I am in Miami, Florida. It is just a balmy 76 degrees. I hope, the cold people up north, I wonder what they're doing today. I'm here in Miami. I'm actually very excited about this Where in the States because it is the Christmas time. Merry Christmas. Although you couldn't tell by where I'm at with all the palm trees and no snow. Am I right, boys? Anyway, I'm very excited about this because one of my most favoritist movies, and I could watch it any day of the year, is A Christmas Story. We all know what it is. The tongue getting stuck on the metal pole. We got the bumpus dogs eating the turkey. We got the Red Ryder. You'll shoot your eye out. Shut the fuck up. You'll shoot your eye out. So all of that. I mean, we know. Oh shit. Be quiet. And that movie. Let's see. Did I put that up here? Of course I didn't. No. Shut up. I'm on the fucking stream right now. Jesus fuck. So it's based on a book by Gene Shepard. The book is, this is weird. The book is titled, it was originally titled In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash. Is this the right fucking phone? Yeah, okay. So when I saw that, I really didn't think of it. And then, so I got it. I got the audiobook, and it is, it's by Gene Shepard. Let's put his picture up here. This is Gene Shepard. He's an American humorist. He is he's an author. He's been in movies, been in TV. He was obviously on the radio. He's a writer. He was like I said, he was a humorist. He he just did a lot. I mean, he wrote many books, and apparently the Ralph Parker is a series of books, and these books are semi-autobiographical, semi-fictional. I'm sure there's embellishedness in these books, and it the I was kind of disappointed with this one. The original title is, "In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash." They changed the title to A Christmas Story, and I didn't like that, because the book itself, it's kind of a novel, but it's really just a series of short stories, and only 2 of them take place during the actual Christmas time. I'll get into more of it later, but for example, the part with like the turkey, the Christmas turkey that the dogs eat, that I mean, that actually, we'll get into that later. So it's Gene Shepherd, and if you weren't aware who Gene Shepherd was, if you've seen the movie,
young man, hey kid, just where do you think you're
that guy
going?
right there with the hat is Gene Shepherd.
The line ends here. It begins there.
If you hear his voice, like when I was a kid, I saw that, I was like, oh, that's the guy. That's the narrator. So, and then there's this right here. Now, if this doesn't give you chills, we all know what this is. I didn't realize how long this was.
There it is. My house at good old Cleveland Street. How could I ever forget it? But there I am, with that dumb round face and that stupid stocking cap. Oh, but no matter. Christmas was on its way. Lovely, glorious,
This is Gene Shepherd
beautiful
speaking.
Christmas around which the entire kid year revolved.
Now, that's one thing I did want to mention. This guy, the way he writes, the way he uses words, it's so eloquent. It's so there's no other word for it. It's beautiful. The way this man writes is incredible. It's so descriptive. It's fantastic. It's just fantastic. And the way he narrates, it goes back to his radio days, when he was on the radio. He narrated a lot of movies, actually. And there was a couple TV movies before A Christmas Story that were the Ralph Parker movie. Ralph Parker, Ralphie. One is, oh shit, I forgot to write the name of the title. I could look it up on Wikipedia. Give me a second, guys. And forgive my, you can see how fucking bald I am. I was gonna get all spiffed up, trim my beard, shave and shit. Didn't my dumbass run out of fucking shaving cream? Like, I'm in the shower at the truck stop, then, oh fuck. So, what up? Yeah, I was late and gay. What's going on? Oi, what's up? So, yeah, Gene Shepherd. Oh, I was getting the Ralphie. It was on Gene Shepherd. Wikipedia. Yeah, and he's got a couple records. You know, Gene Shepard and Other Foibles, 1959. Will Failure Spoil Gene Shepard, 19. Live at the Limelight, 1965. Declassified, Gene Shepard, 1971. Gene Shepard reads poems of Robert Service. That, I imagine, would be amazing. And his filmography starts, he had 2 uncredited credits. He was in 2 movies, New Faces and Shadows, New Face in 1954 and Shadows in 1959. Other than that, he started being in movies as a narrator in 1960. And where is it? In 1982, The Great American 4th of July and Other Disasters. Typical Gene Shepard title. He is the narrator and adult, and Ralph Parker, and in A Christmas Story says adult Ralphie. But yeah, he plays himself in a lot of. He was also in Sesame Street. That's crazy. I didn't realize that till I looked up on Wikipedia here. And his bibliography, he's got just a series of Ralphie stories, and I cannot wait to get through them. I can't wait. I seriously cannot wait, because let me tell you, this book and the way it was written, like I said, there's no other word for it. It is beautiful writing. The way he takes words, and I'm at a loss of words for how well this man writes. He just takes the words and molds them, and then it just puts a picture in your brain. He's a great author. Now, the movie starts off like I played recently, you know, the where they're at Higbee's. It's another thing. In the book, he actually mentions the name of, was it Macy's? It was it Gimbel's? No, that's from Miracle on 34th Street. Shit. Well, it's a real store. And a cool thing about this, at the beginning of the movie, where, you know, Ralphie and all the kids are looking, and they're earmuff to earmuff. That's a direct quote from the book, by the way. And he's got all the, they're looking at the things in the store window. There is a display of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This movie takes place the movie and book take place in 1939. The Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was, thanks to Rachel Zegler, 1937, and evidently so stupid. Anyway, so, but in the display in the store is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and while they're in the store, while there's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, running around the store. In the movie, it's an MGM movie, so obviously they couldn't use Disney characters. So what characters did they use? Oh, do I have a postcard of it? I probably do somewhere, but I have to find it. Oh, here we go, right here. Remember, it was The Wizard of Oz, probably because that is a movie that was out. It was 1939, 1940, I think The Wizard of Oz came out. And it's an MGM movie, so they were, they had all the rights to use those characters in the movie. So I thought that was kind of a cool difference between the movie and the book. Now the book starts out, he's an adult, and he's at an automat. If you know what an automat is someplace that back in the 50s that you would go, and it was basically a restaurant with vending machines. You put your money in the slot, the little door opens, and you get, whatever food. And the book starts off where he's in front of an old lady who's got a button on, and it says, stop the war toys, stop toy guns. And he goes on and on about how this lady probably has a bunch of cats. But then he's reminded, so it starts, he's an adult, and then it flashes back to he's reminded of when he got his Red Ryder bolt action carbide BB gun with two Red Ryder bolt action 200 shot BB gun with a compass in the stock and this thing that tells time. It's actually a sundial. It's all explained in the book. Now, the first chapter, like I said, this movie is just a bunch of short stories. So the first chapter, the first story, is the entire story of the Red Ryder BB gun. It goes on. It starts where, he gets this boys magazine that he has to, he has to save up 10 cents a month to get the monthly edition. And then he saw the first advertisement. And for the whole year, he was putting little hints all over the house about the Red Ryder bolt action 200 shot carbide BB gun. And it does, it's the whole part. It's the whole Christmas part of it. It's going to the store, seeing, even the kid with the aviator hat and the goggles. I like Santa Claus. That kid, he's mentioned in the actual story. It does the Santa Claus, where how about a football? What's a football? It does all that. Then it goes, they go back home. Now, if you remember in the movie, on Christmas morning, Mom and Dad, Mom, the old man, never mentions his name, just the old man and his mother are drinking glasses of wine. And it was 1983, so what's that, 40 years? For 40 years, I'm about to break some shit down right now. For 40 years, we all thought that, wow, man, back in the Depression time, they drank wine on Christmas morning? No, this is incorrect. They go through the whole story that in the Parker household, because they had family come on Christmas Day, they celebrated Christmas on Christmas Eve. And what they would go out, and then that's when Santa Claus would come. So it was Christmas Eve night, and their dad would go to Walgreens. Again, this is the genius of Gene Shepard. They would go to Walgreens, and they would get Walgreens' finest vintage, his dad's favorite vintage of Walgreens wine. So it took place at night. Them unwrapping the presents. So that's why they drank wine while unwrapping the presents. It took place at night, not Christmas morning. And Ralphie also mentions, in the movie where the old man, he goes, a can of Simonize. Goes all into detail about how the old man, would Simonize his car, and that Buick was his life and soul. He loved that Buick, and he waxed it every day. So for Christmas, Ralphie got the old man the big family can of Simonize. So in the movie, when he gets that, it's Ralphie who gifted him that can of Simonize. And the Zeppelin that Randy gets, oh boy, a Zeppelin! Ralphie gets his brother that Zeppelin. So that's another, taken from the book. And it goes into the, and before that, it goes into Miss Shields and how, he was at breakfast and had just blurted out Red Ryder 200 shot bolt action carbide BB gun. And his mother goes, you'll shoot your eye out. And everybody says you'll shoot your eye out. And if you remember in the movie, he got a C+ on his theme. In the book, he got a B. He's like, a B, that's not too bad. You know, they could be. And then there was a note from the teacher, you'll shoot your eye out. So shut the fuck up. God damn. Ding. So obviously the old man, just like dads, and that's such a dad moment too in the movie. If you're a dad of a boy, you know exactly what. Thank you. You know exactly what the old man is going through when he goes, hey Ralph, there's another box over there in the corner. Why don't you, if you're a dad, you've done that. You have done that probably because you saw this movie. Who knows? But that is such an alpha Chad dad move to do that. And I had one. It doesn't mention that he had one when he was a kid, but the old man got him his BB gun, and the whole scene at the, where it's an icicle, and don't shoot it. That happens verbatim from the book to the movie. Verbatim, same thing. Oh no, I shot my eye out, and it takes place during the Depression, and it goes into great detail about if you were a depression-aged kid and you broke your glass, you have no idea what you were going to go. As someone who has worn glasses for their almost entire life, yes, being a kid and breaking your glasses and having to go to your parents and say you broke your glasses, I defy anybody who wore glasses as a kid to not be just dead butthole puckered to about that big, and when you got to go tell your parents you broke your glasses. I don't know what you mean by that, Tim. Big winner of the Grandma Cupcake. Oh, there's a special announcement too. There's going to be a special Christmas raffle. I will announce it at the end of the stream here. So, and it basically ends. It basically ends with the mom. But yeah, the first chapter, the first short story is all about the Red Ryder BB gun. The second chapter is Little Orphan Annie. It goes into how Ralph was. I thought I had another video here. Oh, that's right. There you go. Oh, we'll talk about that after this. I skipped something. Sorry, I'm super excited about this because it was such a good fucking. Oh, did I not upload that? I did not. Son of a bitch. Fuck me. Oh. All right, well, we'll do this. Shit. To
the right.
Nope. Oh, fuck. Damn it, it must be on this. Oh, it's got to be on this one. Son of a bitch. Oh, I guess I can do it here. What was it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can do it here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just do it here. So he goes into, sorry about that. He goes into Little Orphan Annie. Oh, yes. Mouthy bitch can't shut the fuck up. I am in Miami, Florida. Like you're back. Yeah, and let me tell you, it's kind of weird being among palm trees and it being 75 degrees in December. I was in Miami once in February, and it was like 10 degrees back home in Chicago. But I went to the beach. I went to the beach in February. It was fantastic. So Little Orphan Annie. So he goes into how he was an expert about running through backyards to get home in time to listen to Little Orphan Annie on the radio, and then it would go into Pierre talking about the Little Orphan Annie. Here, let's do this. Hello, the Little Orphan Annie Secret Decoder Pin Club. Get your decoder pins out. I hope that worked. And he says, like, yeah, we weren't an Ovaltine neighborhood, so we didn't have Ovaltine. And to get the secret decoder pin, you had to send in because Ovaltine came in a can. You just had to send in like the lid. You would it's like a sardine can. I guess you would pop it open and then lift the little thing, the lid, the can lid. My cigarettes. Oh, here they are. Let's all smoke, everybody. So he was not in a very well-to-do neighborhood, and apparently, according to the book, only rich people drank Ovaltine, and he was very distraught. And then it goes into I should have. Oh, I totally can, can't I?
Nicely with the steady uproar of snarling and yelping. One thing I knew, trusty old Sandy never chased a mailman. And if he had,
that's talking of
strings of plastic and Mr. Ralph Wesley Parker
Oh.
is nearby. To motor, watched our mailbox. On Saturdays when there was no school, I was through years of constant vigil. It was an important moment. It was a real milestone.
Hold on.
I was taking my first step up that great ladder of becoming a real American. Nothing.
I'll just check it out later. So it goes into kick the can. And again, hey, Radish, what's up, brother? On X. Wow, look at that. Very cool. So it goes into I guess I'm going to say a very Gene Shepard-ish explanation of being a boy walking down the street by yourself and playing kick the can, where all you would do is find a tin can on the ground and just kick it. And you'd walk up to it again and kick it. And you would walk it up to it again and kick it. It wasn't the game Kick the Can that was much different. This was a solo game that you would play by yourself. And as he's kicking these cans, he sees a can he's never seen before. It was an Ovaltine can. And the first thought was, who in the hell in this neighborhood is rich enough to buy Ovaltine? And sure enough, on that Ovaltine, he was like, man, why would you just dump this out? And then on the can, the lid was still on the can of Ovaltine. So that is how Ralph Parker, he got the lid and he sent it off. And then he was saying he waited weeks and weeks to get the decoder pin. Now, as I am, let me turn this up so we can all hear it. This book is like no other, this audiobook, pardon me. This audiobook is like no other audiobook that I've heard, that I've listened to. There are audiobooks that are, they're not necessarily, they don't say audiobooks, they say, not presentations. But it's not necessarily a book, it's like a radio drama. And this one is kind of like that. And let's see if we can.
My steely claws working with precision. I set my simulated gold plastic decoder pin to be.
Listen, shut up. Listen to that. Let's go over that again.
Get out your decoder pins. Time for the secret message for all the regular pals of Little Orphan Annie, members of the Little Orphan Annie Secret Circle. All set? Here we go. Set your pins at B12. My eyes narrowed to mere.
So this is the part Ralphie has already gotten his pin. This is his first. This is his first. This is his first secret code. So listen to the words and listen to how eloquently and just listen.
Lips, my steely claws working with precision. I set my simulated gold plastic decoder pin to B12. All ready. Pencil set. Who's that little chatterbox? The one with
I just
curly golden lock.
I just skipped ahead a little bit.
90 seconds later, I'm in the only room in the house where a boy of 7 could sit in privacy and decode. My pin is on one knee, my Indian chief tablet on the other. I'm starting to decode.
Listen.
7. I spun the dial, poring over the plastic scale of letters. Aha, B. I carefully wrote down my first decoded number. I went to the next. 22.
Hear the music in the background? Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. Well, did you hear the music in the background? There's that kind of extra throughout the whole audiobook. But so as he's decoding, it plays this, exciting music.
Again, I spun the dial. E. The first word is B-E. 13. S. It was coming easier now. 19. U.
A lot of the book is a lot of the movie. I'm sorry, is taken directly from the book. I've seen the movie. I could probably pretty much quote half the movie by itself. And I'm so excited about this. I didn't even light my cigarette yet. But and it does, a crummy commercial, and that's where that part ends. Then it goes into the next part, and here's the thing: like I mentioned before, this is just a series of short stories, which I feel that now A Christmas Story is a very bad title for the book. It should have just been kept, In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash. The book that inspired the movie A Christmas Story. Is it a long title? Yes, but this is coming from a guy whose YouTube channel is called CUPCAKE'S Corner with American Cupcake. It's a mouthful. Now, the next short story is Ralph. He is adult Ralph. He's in New York. He's in Brooklyn. He's at talking about modern art. And he's at an art museum, and he sees this the statue, and it's missing an arm. You know where I'm going with this, and he's talking to this girl and talking about modern art and talking about the statue with the arm, and then it goes into how the old man was the first person to ever, in the history of home in Indiana, where they're from, be introduced to modern art. Now, I will go into let me see if I can.
The snare and net, the complacent, rebellious, burlap-skirted, sandal-wearing.
Here we go. This is the part I wanted to talk about. Just listen to this.
Been in the museum's definitive pop art retrospective
Pop
panorama,
art,
as the Sunday supplements called it. I closed in.
hear the music.
He's got it down. I paused adeptly, waited a beat or two, and then, using my clipped put-down voice, all of it. She rose to the fly like a hungry she salmon. It's the.
Just the visualization you get from his words, you can just, oh my God. But it goes into pop art, and it starts with how there were non-alcoholic drinks, and non-alcoholic drinks were called pop. And there was this particular non-alcoholic drink that was orange flavored that had so much gas it gave you the bends. And the logo for this And it was called simply Orange Pop. And the logo for this Orange Pop was a female leg with high stiletto heels, a stocking female leg with stiletto heels. And you can probably, quote from the book, still see posters of this leg to this day at pool halls and bars all over the country. You know where I'm going with this. Then it goes into the newspapers doing their little contests, how it was, word searches. You would write in, and this is during the Depression. So if you had a chance to win $10 from the newspaper, you would do it. And how the old man would always do these contests. And Orange Pop, they sponsored one, and it was sports match. It was something to do with matching with sports figures. So the old man, who had gotten a copy of the Sporting News, the Sports Bible, if you remember from the 80s, since he was a teenager. And this took place in 1939. So the old man was a teenager in the 1900s. So the old man was a whiz on sports, and he reads a Chicago newspaper, and the old man was a Chicago White Sox fan. So I'm not going to hold that against him because I'm loving this book. And so they had it was going to be a multi-week contest where the ultimate grand prize, you had a chance to win $50,000. And back in 1939, $50,000 is, oh my God, this guy's got naked anime chicks stickers on his car. Okay. So back in 1939, $50,000 during the Depression, that, you'd be set, for a good long time. So the first week of the contest, it was really easy. Babe Ruth. It said mentioned something about horse racing, and then it steadily got more difficult and more difficult. And it said that the old man, after about 4 weeks of something like this, he would always lose out. But in this particular case, on the 5th week or 6th week, he got a letter saying, "Hey, Mr. Parker, you have, you are one of the top 11 left." So he was all set. And so because he had the Sporting News newspaper, all the, each edition of Shut Up, each subsequent week, they would send more quizzes that were harder and harder and harder until ultimately, he won. He obviously won. And Mr. Parker, you've won a major award. And it took a couple weeks for it to get there. And it came in a cardboard box, not in a wooden crate, but it was the leg lamp. And Ralphie, the leg lamp didn't have fishnets; it had just regular stockings. But it was and that's got a lot to the quote from the movie where it reminds me of the 4th of July. That's a direct quote from the book. But yeah, and the leg lamp was actually he had it for a couple months. He didn't have it, just for Christmas. And again, the movie takes place. All of these short stories in the book, when transferred over to the movie, all take place during Christmas. And I got to give it to the screenwriter of the movie. I probably should have mentioned his name. How about we look that up? How about a Christmas story? Christmas story. Watch it be Gene Shepard. Writer's Gene Shepard. Oh, and the director Bob Clark. Wow, so Gene Shepard and the director actually wrote the movie. So that makes a lot of sense as to why the movie transfers over. And mentioning Bob Clark, we saw, I don't want to play that. We saw Gene Shepard in case the people who just joined us did.
Young man. Hey, kid. Just where do you think you're
The guy
going?
with the beard is Gene Shepard, the author.
The line ends here. It begins there.
And you can hear his voice. Once you know what has been seen cannot be unseen. From now until the day you die, you will hear the narrator in that man, because that's who it is. And
to the right. Yeah, that way. Just a little more to the right. Yeah,
I see this guy coming up to the old man.
Right there. That's wonderful. Hey, Bart, what is that? Don't bother me now.
This part is actually...
Yeah, but what is
the
that?
guy next to him is Bob
it's a major
Clark.
award.
That's the director of the movie.
A major award?
Shucks, I wouldn't have known, Dad. It looks like a lamp.
Well, it is a lamp, you nincompoop, but it's a major award. I won it.
It's a major award.
Damn, hell.
I don't know about you guys, but my brother and I, for as long as I can remember, every time we won something, it's a major award. But yeah, that's Bob Clark. And let's see if the chat, the 9 of us here, does anybody know what other movies Bob Clark directed? Okay. He directed Porky's 2, Baby Geniuses 2. Yeah, so this guy is obviously a very talented director, and I believe he passed away as well. Gene Shepard passed away in 1999. That's why he didn't narrate the book, which would have been fantastic. He does narrate the other books that are on Audible, so I cannot wait to get those. Yeah, the director of Porky's directed A Christmas Story. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, so the leg lamp, and then it goes into how the mom broke it, and how it was the biggest fight that they ever had. And I was waiting because, again, my brother and I, who love this movie, it was, you used all the glue on purpose. That was you've been jealous. That was not, but you're jealous of me because I won. That's in the book. And they don't talk for 3 days. And then after the 3 days, they, obviously, just like any husband and wife, I'm sorry, I should have been more careful. No, it's okay. And then that's the end of the lamp story. And the next short story, the next chapter is Grover Dill and the Tasmanian Devil. This one's rather short, and the main bully in the while Scott Farkas is only mentioned once, the main bully is Grover Dill, and he had yellow eyes instead of in the movie I think he has green eyes. But yeah, Grover Dill is his main bully. But it goes into he was reading in National Geographic about the animal, the Tasmanian devil, how it was fierce, but it was so small. And then it talks about how Grover Dill was a bully. And then it goes into a very Gene Shepard-esque way of describing children and how they deal with bullies. And I'm not saying and then, so if you're doing the drinking game, I'm sorry. But I'm still doing the and and, so we're working on that. But he's running down the alley, and then he trips, and Grover Dill's sitting there laughing at him, and the Tasmanian devil inside Ralphie gets let loose, and he just beats the ever-loving piss out of Grover Dill. And obviously Randy goes and gets his mom, and a string of obscenities that's still in space today. That's a direct quote from the book. And the mom that part, the fight where he fights Scott Farkas in the movie, but in the book he fights Grover Dill. But it does the same thing where the mom, it's like, I was not going to be destroyed. That part is from the book too. Where was I? Lost my train of thought. Grover Dill. Oh, so then the last chapter of the book is when the Bumpuses moved in, the hillbilly neighbors, and it goes into a lot of the Bumpuses. So you really know why the old man hates the Bumpuses. It talks about how they were barefoot. There was only one Bumpus that wore shoes. They all of them were barefoot, and how what was his name? Buford. Enos was the dad. Bump was the patriarch Bumpus, but it goes into the how the son, has big ears, and he wasn't as tall. He was a little bit, he was kind of short, but he had a really, just a really thick hillbilly accent. And Grover Dill is, saying, "What kind of a name is Bumpus?" And then, "What kind of a name is Delbert?" Delbert was his name, Delbert. And then Grover Dill calls Delbert a hillbilly, and it says in the book, "You're just a dumb hillbilly," and that was the last time that that phrase was ever uttered in the history of Warren G. Harding Elementary School, because Delbert Bumpus again beat the ever-loving piss out of Grover Dill for calling him a hillbilly. And it's just so descriptive. It's but it goes into much detail about how the new neighbors were hillbillies, and how every day, like, their junk would, get more and more. They had dogs, they had chickens, they had goats, and they moved in, and then a week later they find it was Ralphie Flick Schwartz, and there was another boy. He's got a common name. I can't. No, it doesn't matter. But they see a little house with a moon on the door. Like, what's that? And the Bumpuses were so. And again, this was 1939. The Bumpuses were such hillbillies that they didn't trust modern plumbing, and they still used an outhouse, and the outhouse attracted rats. So not only did they have the dogs, the cats, the chickens, the goats, but they had rats that came. And at times you would see the Bumpus hounds laying down, and there would be a rat laying down next to them. And they, when they moved in, they were bringing a bunch of copper and a whole bunch of, copper tubes. And there was always this weird smell coming from. And they had white lightning in the bathroom, in the tub. So they were obviously making moonshine. And the Bumpuses would have, these raucous parties, and it was, they'd listen to Gene Autry at night, till 3 a.m., and they'd have all their hillbilly neighbors and friends come, in all these cars. And so he goes into, instead of a turkey, it's Easter time. So in the book, I'm sorry, in the movie, it's shut up. In the movie, it's Christmas time, and they got the turkey, and the old man was a turkey connoisseur. Well, in the book, he's a ham connoisseur, and it's for Easter was his favorite holiday, because they got to go to the store, and he would pick out the ham, and it goes into great detail about what his mom would do to cook the ham, how she would do this. She would boil it. She would put it in the oven. She would cook it for a couple hours. But my mom said never take a freshly baked ham out of the oven. You had to leave it in there for 12 hours. So they started to cook the ham like a day and a half before Easter. And so the Bumpus hounds, obviously, they they eat the ham. But the Bumpus hounds they burrowed under the garage, and they were just they just caused all kinds of trouble. The old man Bumpus would spit tobacco And then, oh, this was a part two. The eldest Bumpus daughter came home from reform school, and she was apparently gorgeous. Just this, statuesque blonde, just really, just a hot hillbilly girl. And the dad, who would, look out the window to see what the Bumpuses were doing when the daughter came back home. For some reason, the old man, I didn't mean to say the dad, the old man would, for some reason, be a little bit more interested in the Bumpus house after the daughter came back from reform school. So, so the back door was, left a crack open, and it goes into, again, great detail about, the Parkers were making a ham because you could smell the ham from 4 blocks down. And it was, it was talking about the smell of the ham. And, she had to leave the door cracked open, the back door cracked open a little bit, just to get the airflow. Well, obviously the smell attracted the hounds. The hounds broke in, and the whole book is just like that, where you got music in the background, you got sound effects. It's like a radio drama. But yeah, you hear, it's crashing, and so within seconds, the dogs take the ham and they eat it outside, and then old man Bumpus is laughing because there's only a bone left, and he spits a big wad of tobacco right on it. And after that, the old man changed, and he, the Bumpuses would play their Gene Autry music in the morning. The old man would play, his music at 3 in the morning. The Bumpus hounds were sleeping under the garage. He would go stomping around in the garage. And after a while, the old man was like, nothing's working. These people, they can't be reasoned with. And after 6 months, the Bumpuses, they, and they, like typical gypsy fashion, they didn't pay their rent, and they got all their stuff, and they moved out. So the Bumpuses really only lived on Cleveland Street for 6 months. And the book ends rather abruptly at that point. It was just like The Running Man, where Ben Richards, he crashes the plane into the building, and then that's the end of the book. The end of the book in this one is the Bumpuses leave, the new neighbors come in, and then that's basically the end of it's the end of the book. So that being said, we're going to go, let's just do this right now. If I could give it 10, 11, 12, 20 cupcakes, In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash, 5 cupcakes, 5 strong cupcakes, with Dick Cavett as the narrator. Younger people may not know who Dick Cavett is. People my age may remember, obviously know who Dick Cavett is. He did the book justice. Whether he would be as good as Gene Shepard, who knows? But yeah, Dick Cavett did a fantastic job on the book. So definitely 5 cupcakes. So go see the movie. I don't think it's on TBS for 24 hours anymore on Christmas Day. But maybe later. Postcard Club. Shoot names. Here we go. All right. So, because this is such, I was so enthralled. I was so pleased. This is such a great book. I have decided to do an extra raffle for my Postcard Club members. I am either going to gift you either a hard copy of In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash, or if you would like, I will gift you the audiobook if you have an Amazon Audible account. Either way, I'm obviously going to go to Amazon to get the book. But yeah, I am going to gift, it's as a reader, as a bibliophile, as a person who loves books and has loved books for his entire life, giving the gift of a book. My only regret is that I won't be able to monogram it. When you give the gift of a book, you open the cover and then you write something in a book when you give it a gift as a gift. That's what you do when you give the gift of a book. I unfortunately am not going to be able to do that because I'm just going to send it right from Amazon if you want the hard copy. The winner, I will get in contact with them as to how they want, or if they even want. And if the winner that gets chosen today doesn't want an audio or a hard, the actual book, I will do it again. And I will probably just do a quick video. I'm not going to go live to do that. But so let's do it. We got, let's see. Make sure I got everybody on the list here. Is he on here? He's not. All right. Honey, all right. All right, we got that, we got that, we got that, we got that, we got that. All right, cool. All right, so here we go, everybody. We're going to use my trusty randomizer app and get it right here up to the microphone. And we are about to choose. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Space Chief.
Space Chief! Look at that! Big winner! Woo! So I know he will probably want this. So I will get in touch with him and go to Space Chief 75 at Space Chief 75 on Twitter. He has a fantastic. He's a fantastic artist. He does commissions. He is very reasonable. You give him an idea, he'll work with you, and then as he's going through his stuff, he'll be like, "Hey, this is how far I am. What do you think?" So yeah, Space Chief, I'm so glad you won that, dude. Oh my gosh, that's so fantastic. So I will get in touch with him, and other than that, if we have any questions from the 7 people that were joining me here, thank you so much for sticking with me. And this is this book will now be a Christmas staple in the cupcake in CUPCAKE'S world. I'm going to be like Christopher Lee with the Lord of the Rings. Well, I read it once a year. This is gonna be. I'm gonna read this at least once a year at Christmas time. And incidentally, I was. I digress here for a little bit. I was driving through Alabama. I was, picked up in Oklahoma, drove here to Miami. A week ago Monday, again, I started in Chicago, and I had to pick up in Wisconsin, Appleton, Wisconsin. So from there, I think I mentioned it before. Shut up! I'm talking here. Fuck. Let's see. Come on. There we go.
Head northwest toward Northwest 116th Way.
Hey, thanks, Google.
Then turn right onto Northwest 116th Way.
Oh, right on. Thanks, man. So yeah, so starting Monday, I was in Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Wyoming, Utah, Idaho, Oregon. Then I went through Idaho, Nevada. Then I went through Utah again, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, and Florida. So that's what, 23? And I'm in Miami, so I do still have to get home. So there is a chance that this outing, I will have gone to over half of, if not half, 48 would be 24. Oh, yeah, it'll be over half. Over half of the lower 48 states. Craziness. And so when I was in Alabama, really quick, I was driving past, and I was it said Alabama Shakespeare Theater, and all I could think of was, Alabama person, to be or not to be. That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or take arms in the sea of troubles by opposing them, to die, to sleep. Or if we're doing Romeo and Juliet, hark, what light through yonder window breaks? 'Tis east, and Juliet is the sun. I'm my own biggest fan, so I thought that was hilarious. I'm laughing to myself to this right now, in fact, thinking of the Alabamans doing their Shakespeare. Oh, to be a glove on that hand, to touch that cheek. I crack myself up sometimes. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. I have found a brand new book. I am going to contact Space Chief right now. And other than that, Merry Christmas. I will be going home, and we'll be doing a bunch of streams. I'm going to try to do a stream more than once a month. But we will be doing the monthly raffle. Today's raffle was obviously special Christmas, so that's why we got 2 this month. But yeah, we'll be doing a raffle once a month with Grandma Cupcake stuff. And look, shut the fuck up! I'm in the middle of talking here. Little tchotchkes from state to state. So wherever I'm at, you may. Like for example, I was in Idaho. And eventually somebody is going to get this special thing. Can we guess who? So that'll probably have to wait till like Hackamania or DabbleCon until he gets it. But yeah, that's eventually for Cardiff, because it's an Idaho potato. I mean, we all get it, right? But other than that, thank you for joining me, and go watch A Christmas Story. And if you are a book reader, or if you are an audiobook lover, I 100% absolutely recommend getting the audiobook. It's A Christmas Story on Audible. You can also search it up too by In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash. On that note, that being said, I will catch you later, everybody. Bye!
Reviews and stories all the